Only a couple of minutes late. It's okay, right? Yeah, I had wanted to do the proper video on Legend of the Mystical Ninja, but I'm a little too out of sorts for the next magic training minigame, which is basically the next thing. So instead, I'm going to just play around with some NES games and try to think about various things. You know, I never finished the 3DS Kid Icarus. Not that I've done a particularly good job of finishing this game over the course of my life either, but... that room can, in theory, have a power-up in it, I believe? Or maybe it's a training room? But you'll never actually see that on your first pass-through. Uprising's pretty alright. The controls are a little weird to get used to. But if you can get the controls down, it's pretty fun. Ooh. So yeah, this game doesn't scroll down if you're unfamiliar with Kid Icarus. I almost killed myself by falling through that platform. This game also has a lot of, let's say features that it doesn't really go out of its way to explain. For instance, our life bar is really puny right now. We can fix that. By having enough points when we finish a level. How many points do you need? I don't know, there's a set number. The game doesn't tell you this anywhere. Something else the game neglects to ever really mention is that there's a hidden stat called Skill, which goes down every time you fire a shot, but goes up a bit every time you hit an enemy. The amount depends on the enemy. Well, that was a complete mess-up. Skill does affect a few things. Man, I'm just screwing this up left and right. Get out of here. The main one being, if you have certain skill values when you enter certain rooms, your attack power can be raised. Ah, this is a room that I screwed up immediately! Cool. If you break everything that doesn't contain the spirit of poverty there, you get all the items, and a special one in place of the you screwed up dude. Poor Pit here has a little bit of, like, momentum when he lands, which is kind of a pain in the butt. Since if you fall at the bottom of the screen, you die. Unless you have a certain item. There we go, that's how you do it. Speaking of which, here's our inventory. And stuff. Nothing exciting in there right now. Okay, this is going pretty well. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Now, really what I should have done, and neglected to do, is stayed down at the bottom and farmed points for a while to get a life up. And that will make the game harder. This game's difficulty ramps up very quickly, unless you properly do what you're supposed to do, and actually farm up some points from easy enemies like these guys. I don't exactly remember the point threshold, but, we'll see what we can do. The low starting health is really what makes the start of this game super hard. The other thing that makes this game super hard is that it actually starts with one of the harder sets of levels. This set of levels is really awful. If you can get through stage 1, you're actually in pretty good shape to get pretty far. And by stage 1, I mean 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, and 1-4. Not just the first bit. At the very least, you'll get through the second set of stages, because the second set of stages are actually really easy. Here's a shop. I don't have enough money for anything. There is a trick, though. If you push select, sometimes they'll give you a discount, but not this time. In the Japanese version, the Famicom had a microphone in its second controller. So instead of pressing select, you actually just had to ask if they would give you a discount. And sometimes they would. Sometimes they wouldn't. Sometimes they'd be jerks. Ah, crud. So yeah, dying dumps you back to how you were when you entered the level, with a couple of exceptions. One being, if you have more HP than the minimum amount, you come back with the minimum amount, which is totally cool. Given how few ways there are to heal in this game. Don't mind me, gonna gather up points a little bit here. And hopefully not botch it and die again. Okay, that's all that's coming. Let's get some more hearts. This time I left the wine glass out there for after. When you try to get a discount, sometimes they will actually increase their prices. Which is totally cool. This is the shop. So we still can't afford anything in, but maybe he'll be more amenable this time. No? Nothing? Not gonna help me out? Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I just noticed I saw I left that thing behind for the purpose of healing afterwards, and I totally did not. Alright, I want to go in that door. I don't want to be in here. I take it back. That is not what I thought it was. Come here, little snakes. I need your delicious points and hearts. If you're gonna actually make a serious run at this, you're gonna want to have at least the second level health bar by the time you get to the castle. If you're real careful about it, you can maybe get 3. Nothing? Okay. I could heal, but I don't need it. I can't afford the feather, which would be super handy. I guess I'll just keep my money. The feather is what prevents you from dying if you fall at the bottom of the screen, incidentally. Whoop. Okay, I've probably got enough for the first life up, assuming I don't die. But, just to be on the safe side... I never played God of War 3. I've played the original. I think I played 2. I've never played 3. Oop. Yeah, here's a section that's pretty fun. Did 2 of those guys just vanish? So here's a fairly, infamous bit of platforming in this game. These moving platforms are pretty terrible. I am honestly surprised I didn't die right there. Whoop. Okay. If I take one more hit, I'm gonna die. Oh god, these things. Ah, this is the skill upgrade. If your skill is not good, that room will be empty. Okay, now to get out, get out! Okay. Hoo hoo hoo. There we go, power up. You might notice that didn't heal me. Yeah. Yeah. That's how this game is. But, with the strength upgrade, enemies that took 2 shots to kill now only take 1. So that's nice. And since I cleared the level, whoop, that will stay with us. That is another one of those things that, makes the game way less of a chore later. The bosses have a lot of health, especially if you're only doing one at a time. At this point, if I die, I'm not too concerned about it, because it'll bring me back with more health than I had. Which will make it more likely that I'll actually survive the stage. Red water will hurt you, of course. Whoop. So will touching enemies, of course. I'm finished. Oh, I was wrong. It does heal you to full. I thought it brought you back with only 1 bar. It's been a while since I played, to be fair. The dying was actually totally in my favor. And yeah, those guys can actually duck under your shots, if you're too close to them. Well, red does mean stop. You might also notice that some enemies hit way harder than others. Yeah, there's no way to know that until you, get hit. So, another cool feature, I suppose. When I was young, back when this first came out, I would have been, let's see, probably in the 3 to 5 range. I should pay attention. I could never even clear 1-1. I did not have the dexterity needed. Oh, that feather is tempting, but I'm gonna go with the life bottle. The life bottle will heal me up if I take a hit that would kill me a little bit. Not the full, if I remember, but a bit. Ah, the door's on the other side. Crap. I always forget. Luckily, we can just do this. Okay. See if I can not mess this up this time. Nope. The main reason to do that successfully is the very first time you get a special item, the credit card, which allows you to buy an item you don't have the money for. But you can no longer collect hearts until you collect enough to pay for the item that you bought. So it's not just a freebie. It's actually like a credit card. Okay, I see someone has verified that the life bottle is in fact 1 health bar when you would otherwise die, which is better than nothing. If you buy the barrel, which was in the first shop we saw for a amount of money I didn't have, you can hold a bunch of life bottles. One of the more well-known cheat passwords for this game. Icarus fights Medusa's angels, I believe. Or Medusa angels. Gives you a barrel with 99 life bottles as part of the giant pile of crap it gives you. Why can I not make this jump? Okay, apparently only the tips of these pointy things hurt you. That's kind of amusing. Oh, speaking of the barrel, there it is. Once again. If I hadn't bought the bottle earlier, I could have bought this now. Still nothing? Okay. Or if I'd had the credit card, we could have picked that up. Which would have rendered it useless, as I wouldn't be able to afford any of the life bottles. But, you know, whatever. Let's not take the risk. I could probably make it to that platform, but falling would have killed me, so let's not do that. Over the years, I've gotten arguably a little better at video games than I used to be. Ah. See ya. There's a pretty good chance this will kill me. But this is just survive for a little while. Don't even need to kill a certain amount of them, if I remember right. You just need to live long enough for the game to decide that you've succeeded. And these could actually be kind of hard, especially when you're not in great shape to start out with. But these give you special abilities. This is a shield. This lets you shoot farther. And this puts fire on the end of your arrow to do a little extra damage, if you're lucky. I like to take this first. Now, our shot will go a little further when we're not mostly dead. I forget if that one's always on, or if that one's one of the ones that you need to be in decent shape for. So if you are severely hurt, the fireball does not work. And my water bottle went off. I died. I would have died, but... Get out of here. Ah, I thought that was enough for number 3. Oh well. And the 4th stage of each stage is a castle. We have a boss to fight here, of course. It has 100 health, as you can see down at the bottom. I just took a hit that I totally didn't need to take, because I'm good at this game. That over there is a map. There it is. Ain't that helpful? The map is completely useless. Until we have either the torch, the pencil, or both. You're really better off just drawing your own map if you care. I'm gonna just try and blind fire my way through this. I kinda remember. But yeah, you can't see the shape of the map unless you have either the torch to see where you are, or the pencil to mark where you've been, or possibly both. I don't really remember. Because I usually never bother. Ah, the eggplant wizard. These guys are rather famous. And there's why! I can no longer shoot. I am stuck until I can find the hospital, or more likely at this point, die. Like so. We came into there in pretty bad shape, though, so... You don't need to kill everything. But considering I'm kind of low on hearts, might as well take out some of them. Let's get this super helpful map again. Those guys will come back to help us later. To free them, you need hammers. Ah, here's a shop, which we could buy a hammer. But that would be a waste of hearts, so I'm not gonna. And this was a dead end. The little dudes that I'm freeing aren't gonna be a great help, but they will help. Castles are a good place to both build up some score and skill, as long as you're not a terrible shot, like I tend to be. Okay, so this is totally pointless. The range upgrade will not work in here. The power-ups do not work in the dungeons. Which is, for the most part, fine, because they're not super helpful. The shield is probably the most useful, in my opinion, just because it can stop things from running into you by killing them. With the range upgrade being a very close second, if not first. The fireball is kinda garbage, honestly. Okay, now we need to very carefully get through the eggplant zone. More carefully than that would have been ideal, but... more carefully than that would have been super ideal, but... What are you gonna do? There is, somewhere in the dungeon, a place to get this curse removed. This is a healing spring. I'm pretty confident I'm going the wrong way to get this thing dealt with. Okay, there's a way back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure down here is the boss, in fact. Yep, this is the boss room. Might as well show it off, at least. Here it is. And this is what these guys do. They come in to help out. Let's try this once more. See if I can maybe do this without getting egg planted this time. Yep, if you are an eggplant and you wander into the boss room, you are stuck there. Congratulations. So the first boss, when you're not an eggplant, is real easy. Hospital is next to a shop, huh? That's true, it's extremely out of the way, which means it's probably true. Because they absolutely never put the hospital anywhere helpful. And by helpful, I mean convenient. Just to test a theory, is the hospital up here? Nope. But here is the pencil and the torch. With these, we could actually get our map made properly. It's kind of a waste of money, though. Oh god. Okay. Really, the trick to a lot of the rooms in this is that these little snake guys are spawned specifically to keep your shots from hitting the things that are actually a threat. And yes, the pencil and torch only work for the current dungeon. So really, never buy them. There's no point. In all except maybe the third one, it's easier to just brute force it anyway. Whoop. These guys dropping full hearts, might as well get them. There we go. Also, the real secret to the Eggplant Wizard, they can't really hit you if you're very close to them. Alright, we've got some bros. We've actually made it to the boss with an okay amount of health and a, not eggplant body. This boss is not really a threat in these conditions. Gonna farm myself up a little bit of score here. These guys will respawn indefinitely as you pass under the jar. That should be fine. So there he is. It's Cerberus. And actually, your little buddies kinda shred him. If you can get them to hit him. But he's dead. And we have the first of our 3 sacred treasures. The real secret to this game is that none of the bosses are at all threatening if you can get to them. They're all real easy. second set of stages is the overworld. It's got some new enemies. It has the bonus of not being a vertical scrolling stage. Those rock guys are a pretty decent heart farming source, if you are quick on your feet. Because they do a lot of damage if they hit you. I feel like these guys might have gotten a little faster. I believe they're spec noses? It's been a while. Oh yeah, you can see the range increase in effect. Now that my health is good, and I'm not in a dungeon, my shots are going full screen. Which is of value, but kind of dubious value considering how close quarters most everything is, takes place in this. So, just because it's not a vertical scroller doesn't mean we don't have pits to fall into. And these will still kill you if you don't have a feather. Let's buy a barrel. That dude just laughed at me for buying at his outrageous prices. Shopkeepers are kind of jerks. Ah, this room again. Wow. I'm just having no luck with these. Oh, there's health down there. Please don't kill me, frog. I have no quarrel with you. And now, we have gotten stronger and become a nice lovely shade of pink. We now do 3 damage a shot. Which will make dealing with those eggplant wizards a little easier. Next boss as well. That health is tempting, but I'm better off holding on to the... You'd think that it wrecks bosses, but... To put it in perspective, the next boss has 200 health, I believe? 3 damage means we are doing 3 damage to that 200 health. So it's not so much it wrecks bosses as it's required to make it not the worst. the highest strength you can have is 5, I believe. You might have that for one boss where it matters. Let me get the shield, which I'm not in good enough health to have work right now. Oh, crap. Welp. Okay, so I just flat out misremembered. It doesn't start you at the minimum health, it starts you at 2 bars. If you die. I have played Uprising. I never finished it. But I have played it. This should be the healing room. Okay. Well, that was a good use of that healing room. Just immediately take a hit. Oh, the bug thing's okay. Oddly enough, you can duck, but you can't duck under those bullets. They still hit you. Assume, yeah, I don't have my barrel anymore, so I gotta buy a new barrel. Man, I am just not doing great all of a sudden. Whoop. They do spawn the enemies in this game in really mean waves, though, so... Ah, barrel shop, okay. Give me that. Okay, up there is the pot room, which I have been doing awful at, so I'm going to just skip it and get the health instead. There we go. Okay, coming up should be... Uh-oh. I may have goofed here. That is the room that has the strength upgrade. Oh well. There'll be another one. I'm gonna regret that later. Unless this is it. No, this is the other shop. I am gonna seriously regret not having that extra point of strength, but whatever. Not like I'm gonna survive anyway. There are a couple of levels that have more than one strength room in them, if I recall. Yeah, there is a trick to the pot rooms, I can never remember it. It involves shooting one specific pot and seeing what's in it, if I remember right. And depending on what was there, it would tell you what was, I can't believe I did the same thing twice. Anyways, I think that's enough. Enough of that for one day. We'll save that, though, just in case. Let's play another game I used to play a lot when I was a kid. Good old Jackal. Okay, 3 specific pots and count the hearts. This is another game I had when I was a little child and could never get anywhere in. I think I could only routinely get to stage 3 when I was young. This was the home port of an arcade game of the same name. I like it quite a bit. I still can't beat it straight up without cheating, but I can get pretty far now. I don't think I can beat it. We'll find out. Been able to get to the final boss without too much trouble. Ah, Kari Warriors. Your NES port is so garbage. I say that having never played the arcade version of Akari Warriors, so as far as I know, that's also garbage. I get the feeling it probably isn't quite as miserable, though. Whoop. So for a little info on this, your gun always shoots up. Your missiles, or if you are on a fresh life, grenades, fire in the direction you're facing. And yes, I have played Iron Tank, Surratt. I am awful at it, but I've played it. I didn't have it in physical form. I only played it when emulation became a thing. So, rescue dudes for points. Pretty standard there. You can also run these soldiers over, but that runs the risk of them shooting you, which will blow you up. Now it's boss time. First boss is a bunch of tanks. Ah, crap. Should not have taken that death. There are actually some, minor pros to having the grenades over the missiles. In that the grenades can, in fact, go over barriers. Whereas missiles cannot go over barriers. I really shouldn't have eaten that other death, too, but, not having a missile that could have expanded explosions made that situation a little tough. I'm not gonna shoot that guy, because I... Whoop. Don't feel like dealing with him. Get out of here, tank. There we go. Whoop! There are some traps here. We should be seeing one soonish. If I remember right. We are in, good old enemy nation land. A rather popular spot in Nintendo games. Also, man, this place is just falling apart. Also, we have these rather questionable statues that are spitting missiles at us. By the way, I hope you like the missile statues. We may see some more of them. Right here, where they are the boss. And this boss used to kill me, without fail, every time. Because, as a stupid child, I didn't know you could shoot the missiles down with your gun. Once you know you can shoot those missiles down, that boss is really not very tough. This is currently the stage that tends to end my runs. This stage is actually straight up really hard, in my opinion. For one specific segment. A big part of getting good at this game is learning exactly how far everything that you have can go. And taking advantage of that knowledge. There's a lot of enemy placement in this game where if you don't know the exact range of your stuff, it gets really hard to deal with. And here is the fairly infamous segment of this level that is just terrible. These goddamn lasers. The timing on these lasers, especially the first one, is real shit. Once you have more than one on the screen, it gets a lot easier. Because they work in sequence with each other. When you have just that first one, you have the narrowest window to get through there without eating it. And I only pull it off every, like, maybe 5th time I try. I've watched the, Retsu Prey video on Last Alert, and it seems like a thing. I mean, honestly, it seems like exactly my kind of thing, if we're getting into it. What does this do? It's either points or it would have killed everything if I hadn't killed everything already. Oh god, these things. Okay. Next up in improbable boss fights. A little too slow on the draw on that last one there. Yeah, I've got DQ8, but I don't have time to play games anymore. I've beaten the first boss and moved to Alexandria and done absolutely nothing in Alexandria in DQ8. Because I got there at night and everybody's like, hey, come back in the daytime, idiot. And I don't want to spend money on the inn. Yeah, I did notice that there was a lot more money this time. Whoa. Forgot about that thing. I kind of miss FMV games, too. Maybe I'll, record the most recent Tex Murphy game someday. Just to get the feel. Yeah, in my first fight with slimes, I got some essence. And I was like, what? Really? I'm actually doing a little better on this run than I normally do. I love blowing up that train that way. It's just super satisfying. If you got a bunch of dudes, you gotta watch out, because sometimes if you sit here long enough, planes will come by to start trying to bomb you. Which is super cool. Whoop. Okay. Should be coming up on the boss, I think. Yeah. And this boss is a helicopter that drops dudes. Dudes and bullets. Man, I'm just dying in the stupidest ways. I think this is actually the farthest I've ever made it on a one without having to continue. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But here's the important question, and they made a VR version of Sewer Shark yet? I forgot to include that on my list of games that need to exist for VR to not be garbage. What? I forgot about the trap box. I would accept VR prize fighter also. That would be fine. I keep dying in really stupid ways, but I keep getting one-ups immediately. So I guess I must be doing something right. And by something right, I mean being a lucky idiot. Alright. Don't got time for your crap, flamethrower dudes. Get out of here. I do have time to apparently run right into a bullet shot by the most basic enemy in the game, though, so... Alright. Boss this time. There's a friggin' tank factory. So you gotta fire your explosives into these doors. With proper timing. Yeah, we made it. We made it to where we're gonna die. Because the last stage is really hard, and I'm not good enough. As evidenced by that right there. And that. So yeah, we're gonna get our game over immediately in the final stage. I think really the only chance I'd have to actually beat this game would be to get to the final stage with like 5 lives. Because this is the one stage I haven't learned well enough to be able to get through without getting shot a bunch of times. Kinda like that. I'll give it an attempt, though. Okay, and right over here... Whoop, get out of my face. Get rid of that. Don't spawn the other one. You know what, they haven't done VR Tron, someone's not doing it right, and VR really is trash and needs to go away. Until people figure out what they're doing. This is really the tricky part of this stage. They spawn these guns in spots where it's kind of tricky to actually hit them. There we go. Especially with the grenades. No, you got like, what, 12 dudes crammed in here now? That right there is the one and only benefit to the grenades. Whoop, 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 whoop. Crap. Those helicopters, what I was thinking of before. I think those have a chance to spawn in any level. But I'm not 100% on that. Yeah, this last level has parts that are just set up like this, which are just miserable trash. And pretty much demand that you have memorized exactly where everything is, and I haven't done that. That's not even the worst, though. The worst is right here. This part, I have no idea how you're supposed to do this. And right up there, I think, is where the boss is, if I recall right. But yeah. I cannot beat this game because of this last level. And I probably should stop screwing around and actually get ready for our work tomorrow. So anyways, I'll see you guys around, and I'll get this pushed over to YouTube at some point. Later, guys.